Welcome, friends, to a state where the earth tells stories older than most nations, where sunsets set the sky ablaze, where desert and forest meet, where history shifts beneath your feet, and every canyon echoes with time. This is Arizona, land of sun and stone. Today, we journey through its sweeping deserts and forested peaks, its indigenous heritage and frontier history, its roaring rivers and silent mesas. From the Stone Age to the Space Age, from humble beginnings to booming cities, Arizona is more than rugged landscapes. It's a story of survival, change, and promise. Arizona is one of America's most geographically contrasting states. Covering about 113,990 square miles, it ranks as the sixth largest by area among U.S. states. It is bordered by 4 U.S. states: California, Nevada, Utah, New Mexico, and to the south, by the Mexican states of Sonora and Baja California. Arizona's terrain is dramatic, from the razor-thin ridges, high plateaus, and forests in the north to the low deserts in the south. The Colorado Plateau dominates much of northern Arizona, with Humphreys Peak, the state's highest point at about 12,633 feet, rising above ponderosa pines and alpine forests. In contrast, southern Arizona is famed for its hot deserts: the Sonoran Desert with its giant saguaro cacti, the Mojave, the Chihuahuan, and the Great Basin deserts. In these low-lying areas, summer temperatures soar. Winters can be gentle, dry. At higher elevations, snow falls, forests thrive, and climate changes dramatically with altitude. Water is scarce, but life depends on it. Rivers like the Colorado and the Gila, dams, irrigation systems, the fingerprints of human ingenuity, shape where communities can survive and grow. Long before European explorers arrived, Arizona was home to indigenous civilizations of great complexity. The ancestral Pueblo, the Hohokam, Mogollon, and others built stone dwellings, canals, cliffside homes, and agricultural systems adapted to dry lands. Their legacy remains in cliff dwellings, petroglyph sites, and the traditions that live on among the Hopi, Navajo, Apache, Pima, Tohono O'odham, and many other tribes. Spanish explorers arrived in the 1500s, seeking gold and claiming land. In the 1800s, the region was part of Mexico until the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo and the Gadsden Purchase transferred parts of it to the United States. Arizona became a U.S. territory in 1863, and decades of mining, ranching, cattle, citrus farming, and population growth followed. Finally, on February 14, 1912, Arizona was admitted as the 48th state of the Union. Arizona's landscapes are breathtaking. At the heart of its identity is the Grand Canyon, one of the world's natural wonders. Carved by the Colorado River over millions of years, it spans 277 miles in length, up to 18 miles in width, and plunges about a mile deep. Elsewhere, the state harbors amazing natural diversity: dramatic mesas, deep canyons, red rocks of Sedona, pine-covered highlands around Flagstaff, volcanic fields, and deserts under moonlight. Elsewhere, the state harbors amazing natural diversity: dramatic mesas, deep canyons, red rocks of Sedona, pine-covered highlands around Flagstaff, volcanic fields, and deserts under moonlight. Elsewhere, the state harbors amazing natural diversity: dramatic mesas, deep canyons, red rocks of Sedona, pine-covered highlands around Flagstaff, volcanic fields, and deserts under moonlight. In national parks and wilderness areas, you find petrified forests, wildlife raging in nocturnal activity, skies so free from light pollution that the stars seem close enough to touch. In national parks and wilderness areas, you find petrified forests, wildlife raging in nocturnal activity, skies so free from light pollution that the stars seem close enough to touch. Arizona's climate extremes include triple-digit heat in the desert valleys, snow in its mountain peaks, and sudden storms during monsoon seasons. Summers can be blistering, winters at high altitudes bitter cold. Weather shapes life here in ways few other states experience so intensely. Though Arizona is vast and many parts are sparsely populated, its population has grown rapidly, now estimated around 7.5 million people. The capital and largest city is Phoenix, a metropolis in the Southern Valley. It rose from desert settlements to become a center of commerce, industry, agriculture, tourism, real estate, and high technology. Phoenix's growth in mid-20th century was explosive. Air conditioning, highways, and suburban expansion all played parts. Other major cities include Tucson, Mesa, Flagstaff, Yuma. Tucson with its desert surroundings and university culture. Flagstaff, high in the mountains with forests and cooler air. Yuma known for its extreme sun and agriculture. Arizona's cultural fabric is rich. Native American tribes continue traditions. There is strong Hispanic influence from its Mexican border and history. Art, festivals, food, architecture all reflect this mix of desert and frontier, indigenous and settler, old and modern. Arizona's economy has roots in what were once called the 5 Cs: copper, cattle, cotton, citrus, and climate. These were old pillars: mining, ranching, farming, and tourism. Copper, especially, has long been Arizona's most valuable mineral, making it a leading copper producer in the U.S. Over time, the economy diversified. Agriculture remains important in certain regions: lettuce, citrus, vegetables. But manufacturing, technology, electronics, aerospace, solar power, service industries now play large roles. Tourism is a major force. The natural wonders, iconic state parks, desert landscapes, historical sites draw millions of visitors every year. Recreation, hiking, rafting, sightseeing plays both economic and cultural roles. Phoenix and surrounding metro areas have seen housing and commercial growth, tech initiatives, improved infrastructure, but also challenges with water resources, urban heat, sustainability. Arizona is sometimes known by nicknames like the Grand Canyon State, the Copper State. State symbols: the saguaro cactus blossom is the state flower. The palo verde tree is the state tree. The cactus wren is the state bird. Arizona has more than 20 native tribes. The Navajo Nation is large, with historic monuments and ancient ruins like Canyon de Chelly, Wupatki. Some fun and surprising facts: meteor crater near Flagstaff, one of the best preserved impact sites in the world. Petrified Forest National Park preserves fossilized wood over 200 million years old. Arizona does not observe daylight saving time except Navajo Nation. Yet Arizona also faces pressing challenges. Water scarcity looms large. Rivers have been over-allocated. Groundwater depletion is a concern, especially with rapid urban growth. Drought, climate change, higher temperatures threaten ecosystems and human comfort. Desert ecosystems are fragile. Overuse of water, urban sprawl, wildfires, invasive species all threaten biodiversity. Air pollution and heat in major cities create issues for public health. Preservation of indigenous culture and lands remains a social and political issue. Ensuring that growth respects ancestral lands, rights, languages, traditions is a continuous struggle. What lies ahead for Arizona is a story of balancing old and new. As more people move to Phoenix, Tucson, and other cities, infrastructure, roads, water, schools, healthcare must keep up. Sustainable technologies, solar energy, water recycling, clean power are gaining importance. Tourism and outdoor recreation are expanding. In 2023, for example, outdoor recreation contributed billions to Arizona's economy. Climate resilience will drive policy. Coping with heat, ensuring water supply, preserving wilderness. Investment in education, technology, and indigenous participation shapes Arizona's future identity. Arizona is more than scorched earth or blazing sun. It is a place where contrasts meet. Arid deserts and snow-dusted mountaintops, ancient cultures and high-tech cities. Life built around scarcity and opportunity, sun and stone. When you stand at the rim of the Grand Canyon, walk among saguaros under violet skies, hear the whisper of history in old adobe walls, you realize Arizona isn't just land. It's living story. A story of resilience, a story of beauty, a story of change. This is Arizona, land of sun and stone.